Positive vibrations. This is Body Culinary, aka Kwasa Peaceful Eating. Happy Sunday. Happy blessed Sunday. So, I thought that I would come on just for a bit before I go into class today. And I am just moisturizing my hair with some nopales. So there's several videos on the channel with how to make nopales. Um, it's a type of gel or water-based gel that you can make very easily, and it's non-toxic. So I have a question. I was about to put some of this moisture on my locks. Should our hair care, should it be easy? You know, is that a priority for you? Um, that your hair care or self-care be easy? Doesn't mean we're lazy, doesn't mean stressful, like I'm stressing myself out. So that's what we're going to chit chat about today before I go on to class. If you're new to this channel, welcome. I'm Body Culinary, professional chef, personal trainer. I coach and teach people who are interested in eating whole, fresh, living, and unprocessed foods as a lifestyle, not a diet, as a lifestyle. And on this channel, I share some of my journey of radical self-acceptance. And what that looks like for me is really being in radical self-acceptance and celebrating and appreciating and being creative with the features that I have been gifted. My intention is to really be able to embrace and enjoy my hair and my skin, especially as I go through the seasoning and maturation process. My hair is going to be white one day. I accept that. It's an interesting brown color now, but it will turn white. So I am intentional, or I like to set an intention and be intentional around setting intentions to be relaxed in the climate that is putting out a lot of messages that to alter myself in order to fit in or to receive validation externally. So I have made a decision a long time ago to choose health and confidence over a made up, ever moving goalpost of beauty, because I don't know about y'all, but I can't keep up with that. I find it is mentally and emotionally exhausting. And I make the effort to be very protective of my psyche, especially in this triggering environment. So, if you're new to this channel, you're interested in content on anything having to do with starting a garden and garden nature as a form, a life practice of self-therapy, my three my three lifestyle practices on this channel that I share are peaceful consumption, food that demonstrates that it loves you back. Number two, a daily personal movement practice. And number three, garden or nature therapy. Why? Because these are lifestyle practices that you can continue and that can evolve with you until you're old and your hair is white. So I really like what I can do that's going to be sustainable, that can stay with me for the long haul through my learning curves. As I continue, even though it's been over 30 years, as I continue to learn about myself and apply things. How are you going to learn something if you don't stay in the conversation and in the process for a long, consistent period of time? Also, these lifestyle practices, they work. They have given me consistent results, and I have access to them no matter what my budget, no matter where I'm living. So this is what I'm rocking with over here. So feel free to subscribe to the channel if you find value. Feel free to share it with somebody that could benefit or that could use some motivation. So anyway, I'm using a nopales today. I just made this. It's a viscous. Today I made it a little bit looser. And my hair is dry. It's not brittle. It's actually very, very soft. There's no oil in it. I'm not interested in using any oil. So thank you in advance for anyone that suggests that. But I'm not interested in products primarily because I find it stressful. And I also like, my hair is very, very fine. I like the lightweight feeling of my hair. It doesn't hold a bunch of buildup. I can see what the natural color looks like. I think also very heavy products would stiffen my hair and it wouldn't be as pliable and as soft. So now it's got some length. You can really see that my hair is flat. Many people do not want flat locks, but mine are flat and I embrace them. So that's part of what I mean by radical self-acceptance. They're really flat. That's the characteristics of my hair. So I'm just not with drive myself crazy to make my hair and skin do something um, that it want not to do, right? So I want to preserve my eyebrows, what's left of them, and my eyelashes, which I really love. That's one of my features that I really, really enjoy. I like enjoying my body temple, right? So I'm always to think periodically about, and this is the gel, so it's a little looser today. It is a little viscous. It is a water-based gel, and I do have the kind of hair where moisture sits right on top of it. So it just takes a minute, a little bit of smoothing, and it penetrates into my hair. It doesn't leave my hair stiff. It doesn't have any funky odors. And I pull the nopales right from my yard. I talk about nopales a lot on this channel because it's sustainable, because it's in my yard. And in addition, the whole process of growing it, watching it grow, um, working with the texture of the plant, seeing how the little teeny plant that I've had has grown into a tree. That's the whole process. And maybe it's just how my brain works, but the same way I think about the nopales, and it's the same way I think about the food, about the movement practice. Exercise, it seems so one-dimensional. But when I think of a movement practice, it's not just putting a product on, it's like a whole, it literally is a lifestyle practice, even nurturing my hair, being able to go out in the yard and pull something every day that can go into my hair to nurture my hair. I don't know, there's something that's deeply satisfying that I don't find when you have to just go get your food only from the supermarket. And yes, everybody can grow something. Or when you're only getting your products, it's like putting water, but it's not the same thing as water. But there's something to nurturing and cultivating and growing plants that you will ingest and that you will use on your hair and skin. It's something that's very relaxing, maybe even meditative. There's something about nurturing what you will ingest, what's going to become a part of your brain, your reproductive organs. There's something about it. It's something it's extremely relaxing. So that's why I call these simple lifestyle practices. I would say they're very, very therapeutic. They're therapeutic lifestyle practices. So again, this is all sitting on top of the hair, right? So I can see this is a type of hair texture that many of us would consider challenging or struggle with, trying to, the perm, the chemical relaxer, even the term, the live relaxer, the why do we call them relaxers? It's relaxing the hair, but maybe it's another name, like the chemical alterations to the hair, alterations to our hair, the chemical alterations to our hair texture. It goes without saying the ingredients are toxic. They're just toxic. They're toxic. They're not healthy for the brain. I mean, we find ways to work around it. I'm not here to judge anybody's food or anybody's hair care, because I've done so many different things to my hair, but I do prioritize prevention is so much better than scrambling for cure. This is coming from a junk food junkie, from someone who has a family pattern and history of morbid obesity, diabetes, heart disease, from lifestyle practices, the things that we do every day. Organs. I know the internal organs don't get a lot of play because you can't see them, right? So we're vain, focus a lot on the outside. So I tell you, I'm tempted to cut it, but sometimes the hair gives itself a natural haircut. So in moisturizing, all I'm doing is smoothing this on in the front and the back. It's like a viscous water. And that's my moisture. Sometimes I'll just rinse it out, but that's it. And the beautiful thing I have to say, as someone was raised with the greasing of the scalp, I don't grease my scalp at all. Not one. I don't grease my scalp. I don't put any oil, and I have no problems with itching or dandruff. None. Zero. It's such an epiphany. So, the different things we choose, they're like trade-offs. It's like, living abroad in contrast to living in the States. There's nothing that's perfect. right? With wider locks and flat locks, you know, there might be certain things that are not in alignment with the hair, right? If I use tight rubber bands, that will put, now you can really see this will put in indentations and really change the lock. It'll kind of like really destroy the integrity of the lock. Here's where they were very, very thin. And this is why I embraced and allow them to combine. So they join together very easily. So I'm just an acceptance of what they do. And when I just think of the trade-off of relaxation, the relaxation is a priority. Same thing with my movement practice. I'm doing it. It's definitely for health, but primarily it's because of how it makes me feel, right? So the relaxation part of this hair and not having to worry about fighting, it's like spending a whole lot of time, not about being cheap, but the cost to me feels very, very great. There's a tremendous cost to trying to alter myself to look a certain way for random people to really try hard to get a certain kind of result, a certain type of attention, a certain type of validation. And I actually have found that it's not worth it. It's not worth it. I really find that it creates an emotional instability and anxiety and stress. And I have zero interest. I have zero interest in causing stress or psychological, emotional harm to myself to be performative. Now we have social media to be performative for strangers to get them to get a like. Not everybody's gonna like this hair, and that's okay. Not everybody's gonna like, or maybe drawn to the fact that I don't put makeup and I don't have a whole lot of lights and stuff like that. Everything is not for everybody. Though this hair is for me, obviously, because it's growing out of my head. It's what's coming out naturally and it's no stress. I don't have to really do anything. That appeals to me. A lifestyle of ease. So, I just felt intuitively our hair should be easy. Should we have like stressful hair care? Think of the amount of time and hours. I'm just not willing to do it. And I'm not about to make somebody wrong if they choose that. It's just not for me. So I'm choosing to put my time and my energy somewhere else. As I smooth this on, it's on top of it. Some people would flip out. Oh my gosh, this is what the hair is. This is what it does. Our body's gonna get some wear and tear, some stretch marks. If you breastfed as I have, it just comes with life. We're going to age. Yes, we are, even with the best care. So I figure I had it off at the past and I'll just embrace it. I don't really do anything with this part. It pretty much stays there. Sometimes it grows a little bit over, but I'm just not with the added stress. I really think it takes a tremendous toll on our mental and emotional health. And I marvel at how much there's some things that we're medicating that I think could really be taken care of with lifestyle. Spirit of Goddess Key said, I agree 1,000%. A life of ease is definitely more appealing. Yes, like, I don't know, it just seems, sometimes I'm like, am I just overly simple? It just doesn't, I just don't see, and it's not laziness. I just don't see, it just does not make sense to me why I should have to really stress myself out and then make things hard for myself. As women, I'm sure there are men folks on this channel too. If you come home after a long day and you take your brassiere or your bralette off and you feel like you can't breathe, it's like we do so many things to ourselves that are so constricting, so stressful to the body. The foods that we're eating, sometimes I feel like it borders on it feels insane to me. It feels very insane. You can't breathe with the clothes on. I just saw these new underwear they're advertising online. They actually look really good, but you can have a big overhang. Which, by the way, I like to make distinctions when it comes to health. When we get a big overhang, that is a precursor, unhealthful adipose tissue, or fatty tissue around the midsection. This is not speaking to all of who we are, is not our weight, but it is a precursor for diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, the comorbidities. That's a fact. I get body positivity, but it's a precursor. So now they have these really snatch looking underwear. It's like Spanx upgraded, where you can pull it up over and it really snatches your waist. I'm like, wow, it looks fantastic. It looks really great. I don't know how it feels or what fabric they're using or how you can breathe, but it's just, I don't know, just it just seems like so weary. It's so much to cover up everything and to hide ourselves, or even when I see soft glam tutorials, because I do appreciate makeup. Um, when they say it's soft glam, most minimalist, it's like 10 products. Psychologically, it just feels like too much. The garden already is a lot of work, but I feel more nourished and calmed by the garden. I don't now there is a side to makeup and the beautification, the ritual of soothing yourself, soothing your hair. Like, I'll use raw oils and different types of plants. That part of soothing and quote unquote beautifying or accentuating your eyes or eyelashes, that can be very, very therapeutic, and it is very, very beautiful. But somehow I feel like it has gone somewhere else. I don't know. Y'all can let me know what you think respectfully. At what point does it go from accentuating and being creative or using creativity? At what point does it become dysmorphic? Because it can be seen, it's become dysmorphic. And I don't know that we can blame it on men anymore, that it is primarily coming from, I'm sorry, just one woman's perspective, not necessarily the truth. At this point, I don't think we can blame it on men or say it's coming from men. I can definitely see now, there's been controversy over the years, when they say, do we get dressed for men? I think we get dressed for men. We also definitely get dressed for ourselves. That is very clear. Compliment each other, women, looking at each other, learning from each other. We are a species, we mimic. We just do. It's not bad or wrong. We just mimic. But I just find it's simply put, I find it too stressful and I don't have the bandwidth. So when I have to pick and choose, I'm picking and choosing where I'm going to put my energy and where I'm going to put my effort. And it's not going to be with a whole lot of products. It's just not. So if my eyes looking perfect, or, I like my hair on my skin. What can I say? I like my hair and my skin. So it doesn't look the same on camera. So what? I'm enjoying myself and enjoying my hair and skin, and that's a value. That's a value for me. That's very, very important. I really like enjoying my time in my human suit, relaxed. I don't want to be distracted by my hair from a product. I'm working hard to get something out of my hair. It makes me feel crazy, like I'm claustrophobic. I put all this stuff on, and I got to work like crazy to get it off. It's like eating a whole bunch of junk, and then you have to stress yourself out. You're spending more time and money to get it off when you just didn't have to put the stuff in there to begin with. And I'm saying that as a former junk food junkie. I just want to enjoy my time in my hair and skin. I think I deserve to feel comfortable in my own hair and skin. So that's a conscientious choice. Let me know what you think. Should our hair care be easy? Because I'm done. I don't have to do anything. This can go in the refrigerator. I drank some of this. I put some to the side earlier, and I drank it with some other vegetables. It's not elevating my blood sugar. It's great for my skin. I used to have a truckload of, and I can enjoy the eyebrows that I have. They've come back, even though I was used to tweeze them to death, and did so much to I'm just grateful that my body has been somewhat forgiving from all the stuff that I've done to it. So I'm just into the relaxation and the ease, the relaxation and the ease. I can smooth this into my hair, and I'm good. Not one iota of grease on my neck, on my forehead, on my pillows, on my clothes. Nope. Sometimes I'll get a natural haircut. I don't have to think about this. Carefree. Don't y'all think we deserve ease and comfort, to be comfortable in our hair and skin? I think so. So I'm choosing health when it comes to clothes. I want to be comfortable. Some folks may be upset, but I don't always want to wear a bra. So shout out to my folks that want all that heaviness. You know, I remember what it was like to breastfeed. You got like jugs of milk that you're walking around with. You know, so I enjoyed. It was uncomfortable, but breastfeeding was really a thing. So you're not always going to have the firmest, juiciest mangoes. Why can't we accept that and be okay with that and just rejoice in the process of life before we surrender our human suits? I don't know. Call me simple. I want to be confident and simple with my clothing. I want to enjoy it. I want to feel comfortable. I want to jump on my bicycle at the a drop of a dime. I want to go out into the garden. So I like my little vintage things. I want to wear the same size clothing. Simple, easy, breezy. I think that we deserve comfort and ease in our own hair and skin. And even as we become more seasoned, as we become more seasoned women, let me know what y'all think. I'm off to class. Hopefully, I'll see you all in the mornings, 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're subscribed to Body Culinary, hey, greetings, Carolyn. If you subscribe to Body Culinary, I will circulate the first portion of the warm up and the workout on one of the social media pages. So if you put your notifications on, either on TikTok or on Facebook, Instagram, or here on the YouTube channel, we have a private forum. If you're interested in training and transforming your body at home, naturally, no steroids, no drugs, no powders. It's just daily focused, intentional types of movement. So there is a science to exercise selection, right? Quite often our form is off and we're not consistent. There are reasons as to why we do or don't have the results that we have. So every 5 a.m. Every weekday, Monday through Thursday, it's a 5 a.m. workout, and on Fridays is a community class. So Eastern Standard Time, we have group coaching. So if you're interested in transforming, getting into action, and getting some comprehensive education to cut out the guesswork out of why you have the results or don't have the results that you desire. What does it take to transform? So it's not taking you 10 years to get a result, that it can take you one. You can have results that sustain your 401k of your vitality and your health in